Hello, everyone. It's Donna. How are you doing today? So I took I had previously cut up a bunch of fat quarters into some of the most common used cuts, like the layer cakes, charm packs, things like this. This is my layer cake stack, and as you can see, it's just fat quarters, random stuff. But there had been one little fat quarter bundle that was I guess more bee based or something that I had bought, and we are going to be using that today to make the Sawtooth. And excuse this, I'm not dragging out a color printer that I haven't used in years. I don't know if you can tell, there's two colors there, and obviously two colors there. But I figured, looking at my 9-inch cube, and I think you can do it with any of your cubes, I need cube 3 for here, cube 5 for here, and cube 6 for here. And that should be everything. So the fabric that I've got for 3 is going to be, and it will also be, one of them will also be for, this will also be for some of the 5s. But it'll be this little honeycomb and this black and white. And then during the mass craze, I don't know how much white fabric I had. And I had a huge, I don't know, it's probably 5 or 10 yard piece that I was going to cut up into pre-cuts. I never did. I put that back in my stack. But I do have smaller cuts that were left over from cutting some of the backing. So I just took, I think it was an 11-inch piece and made 4 10-inch squares out of it. So I can cut these little pieces, which are also going to be white, and I'm not going to, obviously not even going to use one of those. And then this on point right here, I will be using, and to cut these, it'll be die 5, which is this one right here, and I will be using the on point to cut these, which is this die here, number 6, and this is just a 10-inch square, and I should be able to get all 4 of them out of there. So I'm just folding it in quarters, and it fit over there, so I'm going to run it through. But we're going to cut this up really quick, and then I'm going to try to see if it fits together. Do you think it will? After the last one I did, I'm really encouraged. And I know that some people commented that, they see a lot of people waste. If I do my cutting right, I may actually have some of this fabric to go back into my scraps. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start getting my Accuquilt up here and stuff, and I'll be back in a minute. I have added the Sawtooth block into my Accuquilt cube project block base that I'm building for myself. And today I was looking through today, and I was finding ones that I thought I could try to cut with my cube. So I added it in here and I played with it. I've changed the colors over here on the quilt, but I'm going to try to cut this. So that's kind of what I did. I just looked through. Let's see. It was in the classic piece under the 9 patch was where it was. So if you want to try it, that's where it is. But you can change your own colors and everything. That's it for here. Just so you know, I realized I need 5 of the bees, and a 10-inch square is only going to give me 4. So luckily I had another one from where I had cut up this fat quarter bundle, I think. And here was, I think, the other fabric that was in there, and that, I don't know if that one was or not. doubt it. But I've used some of these before. Anyway, glad I caught that, and glad before I cut it to make sure that I had enough. Okay, let's see. I should probably take off this shirt. It's the overshirt I wore yesterday. I could probably put on a sweatshirt, but it's just an overshirt. Anyway, so we're going to run. This is going to create all 4 corners. This one pass right here. If I can get it to go. It's been a long time since I've used this thing. And these dies are brand new. And so is that mat. Let's see. Okay, so here are my corners. They're all done. They're matching each other, so I can just pick them up and sew. That's one good thing I like about this thing. And as for the waist, I know I'm going to be using more of this honeycomb stuff for some of the half squares, but as far as waist, this is really all there was. I can cut this off. Then I've got a, I don't know, 4 by 10, and then a, who knows, 4 by 5 or something right there that I can use to cut other things. So I'm going to get my scissors real quick. Sorry about that. I should have probably had them over here. And if I wanted to, of course, I could throw that whole thing away, but I'm not. And I know I'm going to be using some of this fabric in a few minutes. Okay, so I am done with this die for now, and I'll put it up in a minute. Next thing that I'm going to cut is going to be the little honeybees, and I realized that I could only get 4, so I had to get another one. And when I cut this out, it'll be kind of like the same. I'll have a big L that'll be left, and that's gonna be great. I won't have to waste that fabric either. And I try to fit it up as close as I can. There's all 5 of my on points right there. No, they're not fussy cut, but hey, I don't care. I'm just learning, right? I put those over there. So, of course, this little bit from the 10-inch square, yeah, that's a little bit, but, you know, I'm not going to worry about that. And then the other 10-inch square that I had to get the 5th one, you know, I probably could have placed it where it was a little less, but I'm not going to worry about it because I still have plenty of usable fabric here. See? Okay. By the way, y'all, I am not affiliated. Just so you know. Okay, so the little, I needed 5 of those, which I got now for the small half square triangles over here, which is going to be the next dot I use. I am going to need 12 patches of white and 8 patches of the honeycomb. So that would be cut 4 of the honeycomb and cut 6 of the white, because each one is 2. And trust me, I have learned that the hard way, because I have cut fabric and had enough to make 2 quilts because or almost, all the diagonals where it says cut 2 patches or whatever, I would cut double. Anyway, that's just my musings. So how many do I need of the honeycomb? I need 8, so I need to cut 4 of these, which is right here. I've got 2 and 2, and we are definitely covered. So let's run this through. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's the way it cut that. Sorry, had an interruption there. So I'm not sure exactly where I was, but as you can see, kind of, this is probably all that's left there. And I'm just gonna cut that and throw it over there. How many of these did I need? That was 8 patches, so this will be left over. Okay, and then I needed white. So I need to be able to cut. Need 6 patches. So I'm going to take 1 10-inch square. And I'm folding it in quarters. And I'm not too much worried about this because I don't know, probably got, just looking over there, maybe 4 bolts of white in various colors. Let's see. This is 8. And I don't think, if I'd have cut it a little bit better, I might have been able to get the others, but at least 2 of them. I'm just going to go ahead and cut 16 because, I might even cut the rest of them because that's a color that you would use quite a bit, I think, anyway. I'm trying to get out of using a lot of black. So that's going to be, the same there, the waist there, and I actually will have extra of these. So I think I've got everything cut out. The tree waist I'm going to throw away. I'm going to put my quilt dies in my mat up and kind of fold the scraps up just in case I need them, which I hope I don't, but hold on. Okay, like I did with the last video, I am going to lay this out and not make you watch me sew it together. So I think I can fit this one all on here because it's only a 9x9. And right now I'm just kind of, and I'm sure I'll have to move the block around a little bit. I'm guesstimating. Hopefully I won't have to move the camera. I might have to. Oops. We're just going to play like those meet up right now. And then, like I said, these are estimates. You can already tell it's going to have to come down. Or the other one go up. Sorry about the wiggling. I had to pick up the camera. Trying to get it in here as much as I can. And one down here. Now I know the whites go here, here, here. It lines all the way around. Oops. You know, I think this thing's gonna actually fit. Might have to go get my doggy in a minute. He likes to lay on the front porch and he likes to bark at the neighbor. And nobody likes to listen to that all the time. But I'm going to give him a minute or two. He could be barking at a deer. Who knows? And then the little squirt is still in here. And I'm about to pick it up so you can see it. Now I'm going to go and sew it together. I'll be back. Well, this is my first one ever. Now, I don't know if I should have had the whites over the yellows. I don't know. I did them opposites. That's the only way I figured I could do them. I don't know if it's right or not. That's just the way I did it. But I actually like that. I've never done one before. And I think it came out pretty good. So I will go do the rest of them and I'll be back. So I have all of the blocks sewn together and I'm going to put them together two, and then come back and add that one on. So the next time, and then I will sew those together. So the next time you see it, the actual block will be completed. It's going to work. It's going to work. Well, this is the block put together, and all of my points aren't perfect, but hey, for me it looks pretty dang good. And I think I'm going to use this as a pillow cover or something. maybe for my chair out in the living room. It finished up at 13.5, so, you know, then again, or the name again was the Sawtooth. I used blocks 3, 5, and 6 from my 9-inch cube. So you would have to adjust the finish size based on the cube that you have. But that's it. I really like it. Let me know what you think. I will talk to you later. I think I'm going to try to find another one too. Let me know. Bye.